Holy Scrolls. What up, what up, what up? It's Black Men Vent Radio, BlackMenVent.com, or Black Media coming at you once again, man. Just everything, yo. Brought to you in part by intellectualradio.com, where we feed your brain. Thank you very much for everybody coming back tonight. We got some dot points for your behind tonight. They're gonna write home about this one, man.
You okay?
I'm not let's get to introductions first. All right. To my right, we got Big MNF in country. What up, dog?
Saute.
One at a time, my Damie.
It's a catty pan all the way down.
Piney kind on the righty kind. And also to my further right, we got Quest 07. What's up, dude?
What's good, man?
How you sleeping, bro?
Pretty good, dude.
Good, yeah. How you enjoying them finals?
As expected. I had the sweep.
You had them swept.
Yeah.
They didn't. They don't do that too much no more now, especially not in the finals.
Well, yeah, the NBA is political, but
that's why I don't watch it too much no more. When y'all told me that, man, I kind of lost faith in it, man.
Yeah.
I kind of like not knowing what's going. I like the gladiator. We don't know what's going to happen. All the factors.
Yeah, but KD has been the best player in the NBA, man, for the last 2 years, for sure.
I think longer than that, man.
Well, you had Kawhi. LeBron had a few good years. He's not on KD's level, dude.
Really?
Nah.
KD is kind of surgical.
Very surgical. Very. What you mean? Can't nobody take him.
I'm just saying, when you quiet and good as hell like that, you surgical.
Yeah, 7 footer that got handles like that, man, can pull up wherever they want.
He's a rare player, man, and not just his skill set. Like, one thing I noticed about that guy, man, that he could have 3 shots in a row, hit them all, not touch the ball for like 5 minutes, get it back again, and still be right on, pick up right off from where he left off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, basketball is a rhythm game, but some players just have that unique ability. And he's one of them, dude. But game 3 was all KD.
I haven't watched
LeBron would not guard him, dude. He was like, nah, you stick.
That's what Big Country was just saying. That's the thing about LeBron now. I don't want to make this show about LeBron. I never thought he was better than Jordan. I just always maintain that he's been a talented basketball player.
Very.
All right. I always played with him on 2K. With y'all because he is the quintessential video game basketball player. Mm-hmm. I mean, man, you could just make him drive wnever you want to.
Yeah, just like when Madden came out, all you had to do was hit the spin button.
With who was that? What was that on the Cowboys?
Emmitt Smith.
Yeah, all you had to do was just twirl up the middle.
Yeah, hit the spin button.
Yeah. That's the kind. That's what I'm talking about. The juke button.
Mm.
But lately, man, and I am Mr. Legend, just in case nobody know, I always forget to introduce myself. Just in case nobody saw, did y'all see that picture of LeBron James with the
purse?
With the purse?
Yes.
The man purse?
I don't know why they put man in front of it. James Harden had one too. It's a purse.
I didn't seen a friend of mine's boyfriend, they were down in Miami, and he had the it wasn't that type of purse, but it was another purse, or over the shoulder purse. But it looked like a saddlebag kind of, but it was a purse. Yeah. It was a purse.
Yeah, nobody's driving a horse nowadays, so we don't need saddlebags anymore.
It wasn't it was a purse. I was just trying to explain it to the best, so people can kind of get an idea of what it looked like. It looked nowhere near like a saddlebag. It looked very fancy, like an expensive purse. I don't know what I'm gonna carry that I can't put in my pocket.
I mean, honestly,
I need a purse.
I don't get why social media is trying to justify the
everything,
LeBron or whatever guy or man carrying a purse based on the price. It's expensive.
Right. I want to know what was in it that he couldn't put in his pocket.
Yeah.
I mean, no, here's the thing. Well,
and sanitary napkins. I don't know what was in there. What was in there?
Well, here's the thing. What I heard from the internets is that when you're trying to accessorize and show that you're rich or whatever and all of that, there's really nothing else other than the shoes and the outfit. And I throw on this $4,000 bag right here. They ain't gonna say purse. It's bag. You can.
He had on like 4, 5 rings, some couple bracelets at the press conference, and a couple other stuff. Looking at, I was like, why the heck he got all this crap on? They need to make it a rule back. Everybody put a regular suit on. Don't come in looking like no fool. This is their job. Come in there like you're supposed to be.
But you know what? The NBA is subcontracted with a lot of these fashion people and stuff too now. So it's all about, ever since the TV deal has come into play, they pretty much let the players freestyle. You know what I mean?
Ivo, it's all your fault.
Ivo ain't been in the league for a minute, man.
He started.
So okay, it's obviously a feminine look. Even the picture that they took of him, he had his chin up and he had his purse and he had his
I just can't, and it was like
Jodeci boots.
Nah, I don't know. I think he had on regular. I don't know.
No, he had on Jodeci boots.
And then
they boots. Okay.
Yeah.
Then they were skinny slack shorts.
Yeah.
Skinny slack shorts.
Yeah.
They
haven't got
that part blew my mind.
Did you see it? Okay, yeah.
They haven't got short suits down yet. They never been cool.
There's no need to wear a short suit. It's like, remember when Obama? Most people don't remember it, but Obama came to I think it was a press conference, and he had on a tan suit, and they let him have it.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
they let him have it over. It wasn't like he came. They were mad. Like, what does he think this is, a frat party? I'm like, he had on a tie. He had on a whole suit.
Right.
His shirt was tucked. He came in there, and they were having a field day with Obama. But now they have slim, skinny, short, slack suit pants. So shorts.
I don't.
So this is not the first time we saw this. It's been going down to no. Let's start from the beginning when Cameron made Pink.
Yeah, the Pink.
He explained himself.
I think that was the beginning.
Yeah, he explained himself. He said, "I don't like." He said, "This is the way you get women now." That's why I wore the pink. He said, "I ain't like pink." And I was like, okay, but you still wearing it now that you don't even need to get
that.
You don't.
That is significant.
Yeah.
Because right here, I have my first dot point is emasculation to women is fun. It's funny.
Yeah.
Like when you go to the movies and you see somebody in drag or on the internet or some gay guy or whatever like that, they think he's entertaining, he's funny, he's easily accepted by them. I remember when the pink started becoming popular. There was this guy at work to wear pink shirts, and we used to tease him, and he used to say exactly what all the
real. What do you say? A real man?
No, I'm comfortable in my sexuality, so I can wear any. That's what they told him to say, right? I'm comfortable in my sexuality, so. Yeah. But then when you go back to women and say you're having a boy, what color do you have at the baby shower? She gonna say blue.
Yep.
It's contradictory on their behalf. I think that behind closed doors, they're laughing at guys taking on these feminine fashion tips.
Yeah.
Also, we have to bring in your boy. Dang, I can't remember his name right now.
What does he do?
OKC.
Westbrook.
Yeah, Westbrook.
He mentally insane. Everybody know he can.
You know who was putting these clothes on these people, right?
Who?
These stylists. They have stylists. Yeah. They come and say, "Hey, wear this." Like we don't. Yeah. We're not very.
I know he's contracted with True Religion. Westbrook is. So I don't know if what he has on is that.
I don't know what he's doing now, but before.
I know some of his stuff. I've been like, okay.
It don't matter with them, man, because they got money. So they still gonna get played.
I don't care. As long every time I see Mark Zuckerberg show up in a polo shirt. In his smart car, I'd be like, they failing very bad.
I was amazed that LeBron's wife would let him.
Yeah, me too.
Buy a purse, But then again, maybe she's cool with it too. I don't know.
She don't care, man. She already got it.
But my thing is that on one hand, they would talk about hip hop artists, rappers, or whoever they may be, as far as the message they send to the youth.
Mm-hmm.
But then. No one says anything about LeBron or James Harden wearing a purse, knowing the younger generation, the little boys are looking up to these guys. Imagine if we saw Michael Jordan walk in with a purse.
Time out.
At the age of,
I'm going to throw something in there that's probably going to piss you guys off. Michael Jordan wore earrings.
Yeah, Michael Jordan.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when that happened, like people asked me to, like I used to, I was like, I'm not never wearing 2 earrings. I didn't do it. I was like, I wear 1, but I'm not never wearing 2.
But here's the thing about,
I wore that hoop too.
Yeah, but here's the thing about
everybody else. I wore it.
But here's the thing about men having their ears pierced. That didn't start in America. We've always had our ears pierced in our culture, even way back in the day. You know what I mean? Men have always done that, even their noses. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he had to.
I didn't know nothing about that, and my father didn't either, but he didn't let me do it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I didn't do it. I had to wait until I was like 18, 19, 20. I had to be at least 18. My mom's wasn't having that.
And it was even a code with the piercing. I think it was like whatever ear you're supposed to have, the left ear. I don't know, I forgot.
It was like the left ear straight, the right ear gill, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
There was never in a time where the older players dress feminine. You know what I mean? They always had on like suits and stuff like that. And but I don't think any of them would have taken it as far as wearing a purse.
Now you were saying earlier that young boys looking up at these heroes, NBA players and all of that, and their feminine lifestyle. Would you guys agree that men today in general are vilified? In the same vein that, okay, if you're growing up in a household with just your mom, because of course your mom is your hero, okay, and things she does is admirable, things she doesn't like or doesn't approve of is not. So if she's single, raising you, she's not having a great time dating men or successful dating, maybe even being taken advantage sometimes, and she doesn't like that. What I see nowadays is a lot being the men who we came up in the 80s and 90s, very strong, very masculine, is being frowned upon. So even so, when it comes to being successful with women, they might not. It's kind of harsh. It's kind of like women defend themselves against that super masculine men. So would you say that these young boys, when they see this feminine style or lifestyle and women accepting gay men or feminine men more, or men that wear pink shirts easily, would you say that that is taking effect on our culture right now?
Of course, it's taking effect on the whole planet. It's got a couple of young dudes at the job, and they have some very feminine ways about them, and I just shake my head, and their responses to some of the stuff be some very feminine. I'm like, dude, I want you to pay attention to what you're saying. Some female trained you to say this over. I don't know if people understand how you learn something, or if you don't believe in brainwashing. How can dogs understand 50 million languages, or even us? We don't know nothing when we're born.
Right.
So you have to be brainwashed into something. So somebody constantly tell a real man can wear pink, or real man can do, or a real man. And then, in order for you to, because being that men desire a woman and they don't desire all this material stuff like women do, you try to do what you can do, whether it's dress or talk or behave, so you can get women at some particular point in time. And most these dudes out here, they can't see past it. Oh man, y'all just trip, y'all can't get no booty, or y'all just they always take it over to that. No, dude, be a man. I ain't seen a masculine younger person. I just
that's not funny, but that's bad, man.
It's
who's
real
gonna
bad.
I remember one time we posted one thing, and we had a t-shirt on in the armory saying, who is going to save our sons? This was like at least like 10 years ago.
This is why and luckily I meant to call you back, but one of the kids came up at work and came up with the thing about whitewashing. So I had to sit down and explain it to him. I said, this is how you wipe out a whole culture. And most people don't understand cause and effect. Feminism, you wipe out all of the men. Now, no man is masculine. So now you can control women real easy.
Yeah.
But you wipe out all the masculine men, ain't nobody to fight. So you can, whether you want to, any conspiracy theorist or whatever, you can throw them all in the concentration camps. You can do whatever, get them to rely on technology. So, and then when you take it from them, they don't know what to do. It's just a bunch of whole things that can be happen.
I don't think. Do you think that women? I don't think they're doing right now
No.
by the emasculation. I think they think it's funny, amusing, and I think that a lot of guys. I don't think that they know that whenever they approve of a man doing something, then everybody's going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, the pink shirt. Everybody started wearing pink. I told you about the young teenager sitting outside my apartment building back then was wearing pink Chuck Taylors. You know what I'm saying? Trying to fit in, trying to be accepted by women.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the professional men and grown men out here wearing pink shirts. Then you hear that the beard game matters. Now you got everybody growing their beard out long. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, man purses are the bomb.
Shoot, before then,
and then you're gonna start seeing a lot of men out here with purses.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then you can't see how the matriarchy for black culture is firmly in place.
Yeah. I mean,
which means that the woman is in control and running our country,
the narrative,
culture. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
The issue I have with it is how people want to pick and choose what's okay from all the BS versus what's not.
Right.
You know, it's like, look, you can't pick and choose from emasculation or whatever. Like, man, he shouldn't have that purse. But yet, like you were saying, it's cool for a guy to wear pink. Mm-hmm. You know, they don't realize that all of these things fall under the same umbrella.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of like people have an issue with gay people or people who are transgenders, but you cool with gay people. You know what I mean? Whatever the case may be, it's like they're all under the same umbrella. So you really can't pick and choose from any of it as far as what you deem okay or normal versus what you don't. When it comes to, you know, the emasculating of the male gender, but all of it to me is just bad, and I don't think a lot of females really even care for the most part at the cost of the narrative that they are trying to control and dictate when it comes to men. And I think a lot of this comes from feminism. A lot of it comes from women being so quick to just disregard the male's perspective on a lot of things. And you know, we all know, especially in our race, Black women they're used to controlling the narrative. Whenever a question is proposed, if they ask Black men, why do you date outside of Black women? Black women are the first ones to raise their hand and blurt something out. Because again, they want to control that narrative. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to us talking like how we're talking and giving our perspectives, the first thing they attack it immediately. You know, and it's kind of like whatever we say, if they don't agree or they don't understand, it's wrong. It's outcast. It's considered bad. You know, we just hate women, or back to, you know, we're gay and all that crap. So I honestly, I mean, it was destined to happen. I mean, we didn't think it was going to happen this fast,
right?
You know, a long time ago. But the direction where we are now is really scary.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you think? Okay, just to throw this in there, man. Do you think that the type of men that we are is antiquated? Does it mean it's a thing of the past? Like, okay, because you know, you're sports oriented. You know what I'm saying? Big country. Very, you know, carried machetes, guns and stuff like that. And I'm a veteran hitman for the mob. So the way we are used to doing things, you know, is very manly. If we did not learn how to do these things, construction, sports, murder for hire, you know, I can't myself, and maybe y'all want to speak on this. Can you see this generation being as manly as we are?
No.
Is manly we are a thing of the past is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah. No. In our culture, yes.
Okay.
But I see, and it pisses me off, but I see whether my Mexican fellow, the white people, or whatever the heck, it don't matter. I got a Mexican friend in the family. Son, every time he go do you know, carpentry or whatever, his son right there.
Yeah.
You know, trying to teach him something. Or if I see road construction, I always, you know, and I see a bunch of it, just not in ours.
Yeah.
You know, and what we were allowed to do, or where we you know, sought refuge, I guess you'd say, to express our masculinity was through sports. Drive past a park right now. It is not full like it used to be.
Yeah.
You used to be able to drive by any park and somebody was out there hooping all night.
Football, yeah.
Football, baseball, softball, all night. You don't see it now.
Right.
You don't see it now. Because there's a bunch of dudes in their feelings or whatever you.
Yeah.
And the women got these kids this way. I got 20 nieces and nephews, and all of my nephews, I'm like, dude, you crying? Are you really you about to throw a tantrum because somebody told you to take your hood off in the house? Or are you really? I'm like, oh, for real. And when I tried to, the older people, like, you got a bunch of men here that are, that can show these, no, he ain't gonna touch my son, and he ain't gonna.
It's just like,
now understanding y'all setting these boys up for failure, whether it's to defend themselves, defend their wife and children whenever they decide to have that, or defend themselves from society. You setting them up. All they're gonna do is go somewhere and cry, or
do something drastic.
And then to the point where nature is going to take over at some particular point in time for some of the kids, and they're going to kill somebody.
That's a valid point, Big Country. I mean, if you can remember back in the day, the Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Medgar Evers, so forth and so on, these men these great figures in our race, in our community, were raised by men. They had great, fathers and stuff to bring them up. Can you imagine if this epidemic was taking place back then, where our people as a race would be right now? So the struggle is obviously not over. So all of our soldiers have been ruined. Men now have no courage. Even when you look at the major leagues, like if you take it on back to Colin Kaepernick, the fact that he took a knee, for the injustices of minorities, how the police are killing people, et cetera, et cetera. And he had no following. Nope. That was a time for Black athletes to say, hey, you know what? We're not going to play. I don't care if it's the NFL, NBA, baseball, whatever. We're not going to play until this dude gets some justice. Nobody follows suit because these men now have no courage. You know what I mean? There's no morality. They don't stand for anything. It's a direct correlation to them being brought up by single mothers.
Right.
Thinking for yourself, you fear the consequence or don't want to, deal with the consequence, whatever the case may be. There's no backbone
going on.
It's like,
I don't think a lot of people realize the single mother struggle. And me myself, I've had the privilege of seeing both sides of the coin. Before my mother remarried, she was single for a long time. And the thing about being a single mother is that all the responsibility, or just a single parent, period, all the responsibility falls on you. So if you fail, the family fails. Thankfully, there's enough safety nets out there to help you out. But still, no move has to be wasted. You know what I'm saying? Everything is, if it doesn't benefit us, then we can't mess with it because we can't afford to waste no time. Right. Bills got to be paid. People got to eat, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? So when you raise up a female in this way, without in a family, you know what I'm saying? When you raise up a female, then she takes on that. This is how life is supposed to go. Right. Men are not really needed, but they're cool. They're fun, blah, 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 but they're not really needed. When you raise up a little boy in this situation, he's like, I'm supposed to depend on her. But I know, don't mess up the money. Don't step out. You know what I'm saying? And in that light, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that go on with that versus a two-parent household where somebody sees what the mother's role is and what the father's role is, and how they're both not selfish and everybody's putting in the pot. Everybody has their role. Everybody's playing their position and everybody benefits. You know what I'm saying?
And it's dangerous, man, for people to try and manipulate that. You know what I mean? Like the only way a child can have a point of measure is seeing his father or her father and mother build together.
Yeah, exactly.
So when they talk about what he got uncles and grandfathers and great father figures, doesn't matter.
That helps
because he's not witnessing his mother build with a man, or she witnessing her mother build with a man every day.
Exactly.
So there is no substitute. You know what I mean? When it comes to this, And I think that's a huge disconnect. I never really understood the term father figure. It always sounded like a Tonka toy, something, or action figure toy in a toy section. I'm like, what is that? You know, and you never hear the term mother figure.
No. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm about to tell y'all something super trippy. At the mall in Indiana, there's a everybody bathroom. It's a family bathroom, and separate from the picture, it says fathers are welcome. So
why are they being singled out? And
what the
hell is wrong?
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's a family bath, so it's like, you know, you out with your children, you know, and father, and you need to go change your daughter's diaper, or you know, they got a neutral bathroom, but I couldn't believe it.
Going on for millennia.
I could not believe it. You know, it said family bathroom, and then to the side, fathers are welcome. I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, okay, that's probably as worse as Father's Day. I'm a father. I don't even know when Father's Day is. So I don't even be looking for it. Okay, I ain't really looking for it, but that's a shame, man. And I don't understand why. I've always thought that when you become an adult, no matter how you were raised, at some particular point in time, your natural whatever is going to start to kick in. I don't care how you was raised. You know, if you was, you know, you raised a man, at some particular point in time, you're gonna start trying to be a man unless somebody trying to force it out you. Right. And a woman, the same thing. But it just don't seem like it's going that way.
Not if you. I mean, stupid.
Yeah, it's kind of like, and again, we don't have, our culture is like a scavenger hunt. Just kind of like make it up or fill it out as you go. Everyone has their own truth. Their own right or wrong. There is no structure. There is no bar anymore that sets the standard as far as what's right, what's wrong, what's okay, what's not, especially when it comes to our culture.
Okay, you know I don't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Let's go into the elephant in the room. It's tradition and culture. The reason why we have tradition is because we found out in the past, a long time ago, these things work the best way.
Right.
All right. And that's why we continue to do them. So, okay, then feminism came along and said, hey, we got a new way that has never worked ever since, and everything has been in trash. All right. So we know that feminism has no place in a two-parent household.
Right.
Ain't got no place on earth.
It's the opposite.
No. It cannot survive in a two-parent household. I mean, I've seen it happen before. There's been some henpecked mangina husbands before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So let's not take that out. But for the majority of the sense,
it still doesn't work.
There cannot be a patriarchy type of household. Somebody got to be the leader. Anything with two heads is a monster, right?
Yep.
All right. So we know that in people that come out of single parent households can't carry on tradition like people from two parent. Okay. Right. People from single parent households are mimicking what they have seen to be true to family. All right. So I like to, you know, always in the past, I always liken that to people that watch the Cosby Show, people who watch Good Times. All right. Two different people that can relate to two different shows, and
shoot, all the shows back then.
You know what I'm saying? So it's when, okay, now guys who come from a family household, two-parent household, trying to find a wife, trying to establish family. Okay. For a long time, personally, I tried to establish family with people that came from single-parent households. They didn't know what the hell I was talking about.
Right.
They thought I was on some Bill Cosby stuff. They didn't know that I was for real about it. Okay. So family is the key. Can we all agree on that?
Yep, without doubt.
I mean, if you look at it, every other culture, they prosper because they stick together and they hold their traditions, right? And they keep the family together rather than break it up.
That's the foundation.
That's the foundation. Now you look at Black culture right now, where I don't care if somebody fart wrong, you'll dump your baby daddy in 2 seconds.
Right. It's
It
uncivilized.
looks like they're waiting on that to happen in order to get.
Yeah, I think it's a mental. I ain't gonna say thing no more. I know it's a mental thing that females are doing to them, and I can get all into it, but that's too much. But dealing with multiple men is basically, and all these children between postpartum syndrome and the chemical reaction that causes you to have attachment to a man. You cannot go out and screw 50 million dudes and then say, how you gonna grab an opinion of a man by dating 50 million men?
Right.
What's supposed to happen is that women are supposed to measure men by their father,
right?
All right, so if they don't have a father to measure them by,
yeah, they're gonna go out and
basically
screw the whole
ask a
football
woman
team.
today
Create their
what
own
they
idea.
think a good man is, and you're gonna get 80,000 different answers because they're just guessing.
Right.
I've heard good man will do your nails, good man will do your hair, good man will give you a massage and rub your feet when you get home, good man will do whatever the hell you tell him to do.
Yeah.
But people who grew up in the family knew their mom's place. They knew the interaction between their mom and their pop, and that is nowhere near true. So, fellas, make sure that you ask a woman what her relationship is with her father before you get deep in and start to date her.
Yeah.
So, coming out of these single parenthood and double parenthood houses, you have low grade people and high grade people. Now, we know due to Walmart, JP Morgan, we know that these families have carried on tradition and passed down their wealth through generations.
Right.
They didn't just start up. Somebody, baby mama met somebody at the club and was like, hey, let's try to do something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We got people leaving the fathers of their children, trying to go out and start something else better than that.
I don't understand this for the life of me. Like, you cannot see these women, y'all work, because women get all these nice jobs now. Y'all work for these big corporations, and y'all don't understand how them corporations became. Y'all don't really get it.
Look, I'm gonna tell you like this.
I think that's way ahead.
And not to get too philosophical, but if the enemy trusts you, that's a problem, so to speak.
Okay.
And where I'm going with that is, like, if you ever notice, whenever there's something that happens racially in this country, they pacify the black people by giving some sort of bonus or position to the black woman every time.
Right.
With the Starbucks situation, they placed the black woman as one of the top ranking officers in the company. I don't even know her name or whatever, but she's a black chick. Every single time it's a black woman.
We say something against it, we hate women.
It's never a black man. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look statistically proven, they know black women don't support us. They know by giving the black women something, it's not going to benefit black men at all.
No,
I mean, it's really been known that in order to meet that quota, because black women are considered double minority.
Double agents is what I call them.
They're called double minorities because they're women. Somehow women are minorities now, even though they outnumber us.
Yeah,
when we get older in age.
In our time, when has a black woman ever been given something that has benefited black men? Never.
I mean, what was, and we talked about this on the show before, when they did receive these corporate positions and they did seem to be climbing up the ladder, and we were
their communities are not in a better position.
Yeah, when we were being
in a better position.
Yeah, when we were being, not being hired for these positions or whatever because we're black men or whatever. What was supposed to happen? They were supposed to reach down and bring us up. But they didn't. They say, nah, niggas ain't never got no jobs.
You a man. Goddamn, you
ain't got no job. I don't need you.
But I don't need you. But how you supposed to know what a man is supposed to do when you ain't got one in your life?
Exactly.
So I don't know how you're gonna throw on your son his whole life,
or give him
an example,
or give him his identity.
Yeah, or give him I don't know how you
saw
women
something
think.
On my bad, dude. No, before I forget, I saw something on the dating app today. She was like, I got one son that's in high school that's not a jerk yet. And I'm like,
see?
Oh, wow.
And I seen something similar to that. It was a black lady. She had something on her shirt because her son was graduating high school. And it was basically his stupid butt, curse word, whatever. He made it through. I can't believe it. And I was like,
but you see how the upliftment, I don't know if that's
that's what I was just about to get into.
The encouragement, the empowerment. You see stuff on back of buses and women's empowerment, blah, blah, blah. The expo was here this week and blah, blah, blah. And then these women raising men are disarming them, first of all, emasculating them. And also they don't have any faith or anything. They just like, man, you eat too much, you blah, blah, blah. Go out there, you're supposed to be a man, blah, blah, blah. These men are taking on characteristics of their mom, and they just don't have what it takes to maneuver through this racist society or this world, period, as a black man.
Yeah, I mean, really, in turn, they are penalizing little boys for being boys.
You know how many people wrote into us saying that their mom lied to them coming up, and that their mom hated them coming up because they look like their dad? You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna never forget that letter. That dude wrote into the Steve Harvey show, and he had like 15 children or something, and he was just gone and all this, that, and the other. And he explained that his mother always basically just like told him he wasn't nothing.
Yeah.
And all he's supposed to do is make the money so you can take care of these women or whatever woman he's dealing with and all of that stuff. So he had a very low opinion of women growing up because he hated his mother. She never gave him no love.
Right.
And because of her bad experiences, and then all these women out here bad experiences, because you out here choosing 40 million dudes, pump your brakes, and then you making your son pay for it. You have a daughter, you tell her, you teach her the same crap that you know. Get the money, girl. Don't mess with no man, ain't got no money.
But
can't do nothing for you, and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, they give their daughters stuff.
The
game,
some insight or some level of self-worth or value. You know, they do teach
whether it be
they're
crap
telling
or
their
whatever.
daughters, don't give it up without getting something.
They give their daughter some level of pride. You know, you hear little boys, teenagers saying, "I don't have any money, so I ain't nothing." You know? And that sounds like something a woman would say to a man when she's trying to demean him.
That's right. That's the only place that
a lot of dudes out here thinking that they got to be rich in order to have female company,
or to be something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
To be anything,
to have any value,
a human being
or self-worth.
Yeah.
I mean, when we grew up, it was still a decent level of balance and support for humanity, so to speak. I can't imagine the complex that these little boys are getting because everything is just pro-woman.
Yeah.
So these little boys are pretty much just irrelevant. I mean, Legend, you and I kind of talked before. I know you pretty much out there in the field every day with the profession that you do. You were stating that all the youth programs, for the most part, are by white women. I don't think you said Oprah really has.
No, Oprah ain't got nothing. I'll tell you like this. And there's an organization that is primarily white in Chicago that does a lot for the underprivileged, hard to serve population. They do things like, I go to these meetings each month. That's why I cringe whenever I hear these koofy dudes and these racist black dudes talk about how evil white people are, because these white people don't have to get together and meet every month. And there was one month where this little white girl was trying to throw a job fair for young black males only, because she saw in her mind that, hey, these guys are the ones that's dying out. They're getting left behind. Nobody cares. They graduate. Nobody does nothing. Yet we celebrating this woman with 5 kids they graduated. And this dude ain't made a mistake yet, and he ain't get no support. I used to hate that. I used to be like, yo, all these people messing up get all this support, but yet the average man is kind of like the one that pays the most. I mean, man, people are like, boom, boom, boom. You a man, you could take it. And we have to still succeed through that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I mean, for all the fellas who's listening, you know, that's to kind of enlighten you of some red flags. You know, if you're talking to a woman and she quotes, "I don't need a man, but it'd be nice to have one," get out of there.
Get out of there.
If she quotes, "I'm independent," get out of there.
Get out of there.
Because
or a man's supposed to do
any belief system of that kind, it's impossible for her to appreciate you. And I guarantee you, the first sign of adversity or disagreement you have with that woman, she's going to remind you real quick how little you mean to her. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you, the first time she gets pissed off or upset with you, she's going to remind you really quick how little she cares, because ultimately that's what that means. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is no such thing as independence. We talk about it all the time, but regardless, that's the opposite of codependency, which is what you have to be in a relationship or a marriage.
Exactly.
You have to be codependent. So if someone believes they don't need you, then how can they appreciate you? Imagine if you felt like you didn't need your car. How would you treat it?
She's telling you that type of stuff, and she didn't even commit to her baby's father. Hey, bro, you are playing with super ultra depleted
and I know a lot of fellas
uranium
are
right there, dog.
I know for the fellas who thinking like, man, that's damn near all the women. You're right.
You're right. You're right. Once you realize this stuff, you'll start to see the good women will start to stick out even more. And this is what I tried to get into, but we ran out of time last week, is that they cannot value you. If they're saying things like that, then they're saying that, okay, I don't care if I lose you or not. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm the prize here. You lucky just to be messing with me. There's 10 more guys behind you that want to take me out to eat and do this, and that. I don't care if your name is Big Country or Quest, they still the same guy behind you. You know what I'm saying?
You are not
and how could you commit to somebody like that? How could you value somebody like that? It doesn't value you. Right. Now, people that come up in a 2-parent household, they know the value of a man. They seen dad jump up and do things and make things happen for his family, because that was his responsibility, to lead his family to prosperity. If his family is down in the dumps and everything, he's not a good father. You know what I'm saying? Now, do you like, men have pride. Look, if I'm responsible for this ship, I want this ship to be the best ship in the world. Right. All right. Whatever happens to my son and my wife and all of that, it's my responsibility. Yep. All right. So if a woman has never seen that before, all she came up with a single mom or whatever like that, all your worth is what she'd look at you and measure you. Let me see your shoes, where you work at. Let me see, I can get this, and that out of you. Okay, you tall. Okay, cool. Come on, give it a chance. You know what I'm saying? I'll play the game with you. You want to play a game? You know what I'm saying? So funny you say that, because I made a list right here of garbage women and good women. All right, and we're gonna go through it, man. All right, knowing that family is the key. And we already know that garbage women text back slow, don't get in contact with you, because they don't respect you at all. Good women will not play around with you, because you know what? You could be the one. Yep. You could be the same guy, same type of guy that led her family, her mom and everything, and the great memories she had going on vacation and laughing, joking. Oh, dad gave me something for Christmas that he knew what I wanted, whatever. Okay. You could be that dude. So she can't really, but if she doesn't value you and she's a garbage woman, I'm texting back whenever I feel like it. Yep. I got 10 other dudes texting me trying to take me out anyway. She doesn't get it. She's garbage. All right.
So get out of there.
Get out of there, dude. You know what I'm saying? There's a level of respect that I noticed going to other country and dating women of other cultures. All right. When I talk and they sit back and they listen, because you know what? Men in my culture, we know that when they say something, they're really trying to get something across because they care for us. Yep. Okay. Now, when I went to other countries like the DR, you know what I'm saying? They gave most respect, because you know why? They built these hotels that we get to work in and get money.
Okay.
All right. They making everything happen around here. And for us to sit up here and say we don't need no man is just ludicrous.
Yeah. That's all. Every last country I don't even have to visit to see that.
Right. We're a legend. Write it down.
So women, garbage women who only offer sex. Now, I got into it this week on Facebook in this stupid group, but I only just use y'all for material for the show. I be trying to tell y'all, man. I be trying to educate them. They always attack me.
Okay.
But I sat up here and I said, what? What's up, bro? I said, what? Why do you think you're entitled to a date for somebody to spend their hard-earned money for you and all of this and that? And they start to attack me. You know why? Because the truth is disgusting.
Right.
All right. The truth is that they're holding a carrot called sex in front of everybody's face, saying, you want it? Okay, you got to take me out. You want it? Okay, you got to take me out. And this is the reason why a lot of brothers are adhering, okay, to what they want. All right. And I told her, I said, listen, it doesn't matter if you wait 90 days, 2 days, 5 days. As soon as he's smashed, he's going to leave. Right. You know why? Because you have nothing else to offer.
Right.
Ask women, what do you have to offer other than sex? And they will get pissed off at you.
They probably tell you something that they believe you want to hear, like companionship or...
I'm going to tell you, YouTube it. Because Patrice O'Neal did the same thing at his stand-up, and the crowd went quiet.
Yeah.
Women could not think of anything else. I can think of a lot of things.
The part that trips me out about it, women have been, I don't know, they've been brainwashed into thinking that they got some type of superpower, whether it be between their legs or their noodle. But it's like it's a couple of gold diggers that I know. I'm like, you don't think that men that have money don't know
what you're doing,
what you're doing, and why you're doing it? I don't understand. And that goes with the regular woman out on the street. You think men have to approach 50 million women just to get a couple of them to answer the phone, which our women fail to realize. So we get a lot of different perspective, and we get to see a lot of different women and the way they behave.
Which means we're light years ahead of you.
Yeah, we way further ahead. See, y'all women still stuck on the fact that vagina still has stock in it, which it has plummeted. This is the lowest stock in the history of the earth right now, and it's not valued. So I don't understand that. It blows my mind. It just blows my mind.
Here's the thing.
1 second, Legend. To piggyback on what Big Country was saying, the reason why they have no clue is because it exposes the fact that they don't care. I mean, if something is of no value or no importance to you, you're not going to put thought into it. You're not going to dissect it to try to understand it or analyze it. And that's why when they hear our perspective, they're completely blown away. Right. And these are grown women because they don't care. You know what I'm saying? They have their own agenda. And obviously they look at man like a tool to say, okay, does he have whatever that I need to fulfill my own agenda?
Here's a question that came up. If you went over to a guy's house as a female, you know what I'm saying, and he asked you to clean up, what would you do? A lot of them was like, leave. I'll leave. You're supposed to clean up before I got there.
No shock there.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So when you start to ask, what do you do to feel entitled? You know what I'm saying, to this date. And a lot of females, they can't think anything. They're saying sex. They're saying if they don't have sex. One lady at the Patrice O'Neal was like, blowjobs. You know what I'm saying? That's oral sex.
Back to sex.
Yeah, that's oral sex. They couldn't think of anything. I can think of 3 things, 3 or 4. We can go back and forth. Help me out with my chores. You know what I'm saying? Like, when was the last time when a female was like, all right, I'm coming over there, and you got excited, not because you about to smash, but because you just like to see her.
Right, because she's
a great person.
Right.
She helped you out. Okay, you don't want to help me clean up my dishes, my laundry. There's a lot of stress that a lot of men go through because we have to do everything. I don't have to do everything. I have to clean up my house. I have to wash my clothes, vacuum. I got to do the bathroom.
Worry about getting shot by the police.
Yeah.
All of that. If somebody came in and I came home one day and my laundry was done, that's one thing off my plate. And I feel a sense of relief. That type of woman I'll probably end up marrying, dog. Because, you know what I'm saying? First of all, they don't do a lot of things that if they don't see a benefit going for them, they're not going to do it.
They're not benevolent.
A lot of, and some of y'all ex-girlfriends, everything, like, what should I get him for Christmas? What did he, that's your fuck, oh man, almost cussed. But that's your man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You should know. All right. If you didn't care, you care about your own pleasure. And that's another garbage one.
Right. And let me go back to the whole sex aspect. For all the fellas who's listening, if she's trying to and what's the word I want to use? Because a lot of women like to act as if they're turned off by guys who are sexual,
right,
fast, whatever the case may be. You got the wrong one. You know what I'm saying? She's playing a game, especially if she got kids. Or I mean, at the stage where we are, look, there are no virgins anymore. You know what I mean? So for her to try to reset herself and act like, you know, all this, fellas, let me tell you, if a woman wants you, she wants you. You know what I'm saying?
She know that as soon as she meets you.
Exactly. So if that's the game she's playing, 99 times out of 10, that's all she have to bring to the table.
Yeah, man. Women love to play that.
She's using that as a motivational tactic to get whatever she can from you before she plays that wild card, like Legend just said, so to speak.
So, and I told them this week, I said, yo, if you come up with some other things are valuable, then he'll keep you around because every female has a vagina.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And look, bottom line, people stick. I mean, it's human nature for us to stick with what we like. I don't care if it's food, clothes, where we live, where we work, the people we hang around with. If you like it, we're going to pretty much stick with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? It ain't got nothing to do with the sex, man. You know, but again, that's how women try to manipulate men into controlling you and having you do whatever it is they expect you to do. You know what I mean? And anything outside of that they really don't agree with or understand, they're gonna have an issue with it.
Yep,
you know, I learned I learned a while ago that when women say he's too controlling, what it really means is that they couldn't control him.
Right. Oh, yeah. Well, definitely.
I can go with that.
Garbage women, there's no respect for your hobbies or your livelihood.
Right. Try to take away
this
everything
right
you
here. I laugh out of anger whenever I hear any woman say anything about anything that a man is doing, because basically all she wants you to do is be available to do what she needs you to do.
Yep.
Most females don't do jack. Ask them what they do. You see how many overweight people is? Ain't nobody going to no gym. Ain't nobody involved in no book club. These women not even involved in their children's lives, whether PTO or the kids not even involved in activities at school like back in the day. Man, it was so much stuff. And you go to school now, you don't see no. It's some mothers that who found out their son got some good but can play basketball. Then all they worried about is making sure he's to get rich so she can get rich. That's it. But ask any woman what they do other than spend money and eat. Ask them what do they do. Ask him. I don't know how many times he in there playing that little kids game, and he in there blah 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 blah.
I saw that video today.
I'm like, what is you? Yeah. I challenge any woman that has ever said that to sit down and play the stupid kids game. I guarantee you ain't gonna get you gonna throw it out of frustration because you can't do it.
Yeah, you don't have it. Sorry.
You ain't gonna do it.
But what really killed me about that all the time is that they have an opinion on that and they have no problem expressing that. But they will sit up there and try on shoes for 2 hours, and that's supposed to be
okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's okay.
Fellas, don't even discuss.
Don't
whatever it is you like.
Yeah, I mean, if you like it, a good woman will go ahead and help you and
support it. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll leave you alone and let you have at it.
Like I know a couple females who will like send me pictures of lightsabers or something that has to do with my hobbies that I like. Because they know that I would enjoy it.
Right.
Like, look, I found these salt shakers. One of them is a stormtrooper. One is that's dope. But you know what? But if you just like totally against that, that's something that's against me. Yeah. That's garbage woman, right?
And that goes back to the female knowing you again. Just like when holidays and birthdays and stuff come around, females will call around and ask every last male friend, "What should I get them?" Yeah,
they did it to me with y'all. Yeah,
they don't.
Like, you don't talk to this dude, like you sleeping with this guy, you don't know what he's into. No, that comes from another thing, and I have that on my list here too, man, is that a lot of women think that you're supposed to derive your happiness or our happiness
off of theirs,
off of making them happy. So, hey, I got you something. You like it? Yeah, I'm happy too. I'm happy too because I made you happy. No, that don't.
That's cool.
They're watching too much TV.
Yeah, they watching way too many movies and TVs, and women.
In a relationship like that.
Women fall victim to that a whole lot. A couple of my ex-girlfriends, I just tell them all the time, I'm like, this is not a movie.
Right.
Like life about to happen. I don't know if you know that or not, but it's about to happen.
Sex on a sandy beach is way different than the movies.
Yeah, it's way different. You have sex on the beach. I don't know if most of y'all know, but sand is glass.
Sand is,
and it get everywhere. If you ever been on a beach, it gets everywhere. Yeah. You wouldn't think about it, but y'all funny. y'all would be. I don't understand. Y'all so smart, but y'all just can't think for your future.
My thing is that there's plenty enough garbage men out here to chase after them, but they just trying to hit. There's no future, no family in these guys that are barking up their tree, and they just too stupid to realize that, man. It's like, look, when I noticed that whenever I meet specific females and they find out who I really am, I'm not Rudy Poop, Tyrone. You can't treat me or talk to me like that because I run a lot of things and I've got a lot of responsibility and this and that. Okay, they get intimidated. They disengage because they can't control the narrative here with me. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, I think that they're easy in a zone where they can control. Like, what they will really want is just a guy who is motivated by sex. That way they can get them to do whatever they need them to do, and they don't have to do too much. Right? Now, when you deal with somebody who is successful and need a female counterpart to be just as responsible or codependent as you, they have to step up. And a lot of people just lazy, man. They don't feel like doing it. They don't want to do it. They cool. They paying their bills. They getting that child support check. They cool with that. They don't need to step up and do what upper echelon, man. To guys who are going through with this stuff, get out of there.
Yeah, get out of there. And,
Go.
And fellas, let me tell you, if you're an intelligent guy and if you're an honest man, you probably won't mix with most women because most of them are just selfish.
Yeah.
And intelligence, honesty, and selfish, it doesn't mix. It'll never mix, because when something is presented to you that's unintelligent, you're going to fact check it. Okay. And with that, that's accountability. Because if somebody brings something to you, you're going to say, hey, this doesn't make sense. There's no logic or math here. Explain it. More likely, if they're selfish, they won't be able to explain it because it's a selfish theory or ideology, whatever the case may be, and you're not going to go for it. Or if it just doesn't make any sense, again, that intelligence mechanism is going to kick in and it's going to clash every time. More likely we'll call it combative or argumentative. But no, it's not that. It's just your intelligence doesn't coexist with something that's not intelligent. That's the opposite of it. And she's going to probably become disinterested. I'm sure a lot of fellas can relate to this.
Yeah. And you know what? Garbage women are very hypocritical and they don't see anything wrong with it. One thing I don't know, I think we talked about it before, is that men are the ones who primarily subscribe to honor and honesty and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's always been said, the cliche is that a man without his word is not a man. You know what I'm saying?
A man who has nothing to stand up for will fall for anything.
Women are not exempt from that.
Yeah. But they don't subscribe to it because they will do some hypocritical stuff in a minute and they call it changing their mind.
Yeah, I'm a woman. I'm allowed to change my mind. That's another funny thing. I got told a few times recently, I'm too understanding. And I said this, me being understanding is a tactic that I used from a previous relationship to keep stress down.
Communication was the key.
I thought it was also, but you know,
that's
next
on my list.
The selfish thing will kick in with women, and then the reason I got told that I was too understanding because I was supposed to fight in an argument. I was supposed to argue.
Get out of there.
No, you're not supposed to be that understanding. I'm like,
a lot of people get mad at me too for apologizing too quick.
I'm like, if ain't nobody dying and it's not causing long-term damage or something like that, I don't care. Right. It don't bother me. It does not bother me. I just chalk it up to somebody being stupid, or that's the way you believe, think, or
isn't it amazing that they want it to bother you?
Right. That's what I'm like.
They want it to bother you. Why do they bother you? Oh, crazy. But legend, that word hypocrisy, that's monumental, right? And Big Country Legend, we've all talked about this. Everybody would agree across the board. Every man, every woman would agree. Nothing good can come from dealing with someone who's a hypocrite. Right? Yeah. People say that passively. And where I'm going with this is that we all know what that word means. The book's definition is treating somebody in a manner of what you wouldn't, what you wouldn't allow yourself, or blah, blah, vice versa. So where I'm going with this is when it comes to the initial approach, right? Women expect men to approach them, but women will not approach men. That's hypocrisy.
Right.
Yeah. So if we all agree with the fact that nothing good can come from dealing with a hypocrite, then fellas, you pretty much know why you have issues with all these women. They practice hypocrisy. Right. There's nothing wrong with them not approaching men. The problem is that they allow you to approach them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And if this person believes and practices hypocrisy, any issue you have with them is always, you're basically living in vain. If this is the type of woman you are with, I don't care how they were raised or who told them what, how they feel, or whatever their justifications are. Hypocrisy is not bound to any of that. Yeah. The truth is just the truth. It doesn't take any sides. It's unforgiving. Bottom line is, if you're dealing with a woman who says she does not approach men, she is a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Right. So don't play shock when things unfold the way they do and she behaves the way she does, because basically what she's saying is you're not important enough. There is no value in you for me to step outside of myself, mind you, to take initiative for something that's going to benefit her. And for me, real quick, this is a very, very important point. when you present an undeniable fact to someone, because we all have our theory, our flaws, whatever the case may be. But if something is presented to an individual that they can't even deny themselves, and that fact is that no woman can deny the fact that if she did approach a man, she doesn't know what could materialize from that. It could be the best decision she ever made. He could end up being a husband, best friend, I don't know, fixing a hot water heater. Who knows? You know what I mean? And mind you, there's no harm in talking, right? She can't deny that. So when that is presented to her and she still reverts back to, I still don't approach a man, it is something seriously wrong with that person.
Get on out of there.
It's much deeper than the whole man-woman column. When you present something like this to an individual and they still say, yeah, I can't deny that, but nope, I still don't do it.
The hypocrisy.
Yeah, use your logic, use your common sense, disengage.
The arrogance.
Yeah, it's completely
these are not attributes of a good person.
Nope. It's completely hypocritical.
Okay. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, and that's why a lot of situations self-destruct, because you're dealing with a hypocrite.
Exactly. Right off the bat. I think it is absolutely disgusting. Like, I know women who come from two-parent households understand what we're about to say. Ones that don't, just don't. Okay. Establishing family is the most important thing in life. There's nothing more important than family.
Love.
Family includes love.
Yeah.
Most of the time. Okay. Even though my cousin stole from us, we still love him. Okay. Because that's family. You know what I'm saying? Okay. If you know that family is the most important thing in life, who you spend the rest of your life with is the most important person in your life. Okay. These children that you raise to be the next generation, name something more important than that.
Right.
You can't. Okay. So when you're dealing with somebody who knows that, there's no time for these shenanigans and BS.
Right.
Oh, he got to come in and approach me first. No. I see women all the time looking at me out the corner of their eye, but they will not come and say nothing to me. And that is my litmus test to not even look in a direction no more. If you're above meeting a great person, I don't need you. I don't even want to know you.
Yep.
Okay. If you think that because your sex is different from my sex, that warrants you some type of benefit or some type of play style that's supposed to go down, I don't want to mess with you. Yeah. Now, I have been exposed to great women or good women who I thought, you know what I'm saying? Because they didn't have no problem saying, hey, legend, how you doing? That's a nice shirt. Where you from? Oh, I know somebody from there. Boom, boom. We're engaged in conversation and she initiated it. You know why? Because women who like you and value men want to know what's up with you. Yeah. They want to know, are you that guy? Is the search over? Women who want to be married are married or about to be.
Yep.
Women still in the game, they like the game. They comfortable with the game.
And they're just justifying why they still in it.
They just trying to make excuses to stay in it.
And the part about that is that, and it, without fail, and I know a bunch of females know some females that milk has gone bad. They past middle-aged women that played that game, and now they searching high and low at the end of their life for a companion. Everybody done died off. Oh yeah, you know, and all women know a woman like that. I know it's a couple of friends I've known for a long time. I'm like, you ain't got it no more. You don't have it.
Half
no
more. I would say 80 to 90% of women's existence is built around how they look. Yeah. That is their key throughout life. That's why beauty supply store, that's why weave and hair and all of that is making billions and trillions of dollars, because how they look makes this machine work. All right. Now,
shouldn't be like that, but
it shouldn't. It should. I mean, but attraction is the first thing. Right. That's what brings the insects in the net.
Yeah, but what they doing, they ain't even I don't know who told them what they doing right now is what the men attracted to, because half of these women look like they prepared for their casket with all the makeup they
right, with all that makeup on. The thing is, the older you get, the more makeup and wigs and stuff you're
gonna need, and
you're not,
the less attractive you're gonna be.
This.
I know that's why you're supposed to get you somebody.
Boom. Yeah.
That's gonna love you until the wheels fall off. Just like men love their car until the wheels fall off or whatever.
it's not because of how you look, it's because of who you are. They'll never get that.
Right. I mean, honestly, the discussion between, I mean, as far as what women or men need to do, that's over. That's outdated. I mean, females, look, your problems now are amongst yourselves. For the good women or the quality women that are out there, your problems now is because you allowed the ratchet women to ruin your reputation.
Exactly.
You didn't hold them accountable. You know, you have ratchet women. You allowed them to have the same demands and expectations from men that you would have. And you didn't say anything to them. You allowed them to put themselves on the same plateau as you. So now you got to deal with the consequences.
And that used to never happen.
Everything has its price. Now you're living out the cost of perpetuating allowing these ratchet women or jumping on the bandwagon whenever somebody like us step out and tell the truth about women. This is what your cost is when you say, oh, you just hate women or you're bitter. This is the cost for all of that. This is why now you have so many single women that are having the damnedest time trying to get a guy to even want to date them.
Right. They're still operating on them stupid
rules. Man. I mean, whenever you live in a society where family court is going on every day of the week.
I look at it like, I look at it like,
you say what? When
family court is going on every day of the week. Whenever you live in a place where this is the norm, and I don't care how you ended up there. If this has been normalized in your environment, man, you're in the wrong area. You're in the wrong place.
Yeah,
terribly wrong.
But I look at women like drug addicts. Everybody has seen the result of smoking crack. Everybody has seen it on a movie or driving past it. You've seen it.
I smoked these,
So you want me to go out there and try to crack? Like I'm gonna smoke it better than, and am I? No, I'm not gonna. I seen what happened to Ray when he smoked the crack. He over there on 63rd right now, dancing in the alley. What you talking about? I'm
Chris
like,
Rock did it for me in New Jack City.
Right.
I was like, never.
I'm like, I don't
never
ever
look like that dude.
ever. Hey, women, y'all be like, y'all just be wanting dudes to try to crack. And I try to tell dudes all the time, man, invest in yourself. It's sad that we can't do what we're supposed to do as human beings and be with who we're supposed to be with, which is women. I don't know why y'all women just fight the fact that we're supposed to be together, but invest in yourself. You know, get your education. Go see stuff you want to see. Don't be afraid to go out of the country and go and see. Because I know a bunch of people that can't stand white folks and all type of stuff. I guarantee you, I'll bet you $5 million that I do not have. You go to another country, you will not get treated like the white. You won't get treated like that.
Difference.
And you will have no choice but to have a different perspective, and you not think that way.
Right.
But invest in yourself. If you have children, put it into them.
Yeah, and
fellas, don't chase that crack.
Attracted to that.
Yeah, don't let these women change your pace. You know, in life. If you're comfortable in life wherever you are, be that. Yeah. Don't let some woman come into your life, into your space, and tell you and try to demean you and tell you shouldn't be comfortable wherever you are, whatever you're doing.
Whoever
you know what I'm saying in life. If that's what she's doing,
any woman trying to take your joy away, stuff to bring you happiness. Bail, man.
Yeah, don't let somebody come into your space and tell you that where you are in life is not enough for her.
Yeah. You know what really burns me up is that on that first Simp movie, what was it? Think Like a Man. Remember Gabrielle Unions was dating a Hispanic dude?
Yeah.
And he had the collectible all around the crib and stuff. She was trying to change that. He was making a decent living, but she wanted him to push forward to make more money and all of that. I really related to that dude because I have
disrespect.
Yeah, I have collectibles and all that. And I was looking at her. I was like, I don't like Gabrielle Union. Like she really, really pushed that forward. And I was like,
only for her own personal agenda.
Yeah, I know she was just playing a role and all of that. But let's go through.
It's prevalent, those really.
You know how impressionable women are. They see one thing.
And I've had conversations with women saying that I could put my collectibles. We could somehow. Compromise, if things got real serious and we moved in together and all of that, what I'm saying? Some stuff you like to look at is over here. Some stuff I like to look at is over here. You ain't about to feng shui my stuff all the way out the window. You know what I'm saying? But let's talk about some good things. So signs of good women. People are always talking about, how we always talk about the bad things, but because I feel like, you have to tell people about the bad things and warn them so they don't get messed up.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But things that are good, man. I know you guys teased me a long time ago, or maybe it wasn't y'all, but it was some other people. But I went to McDonald's. I told this with Selena's. Remember that? Selena's. Oh my God, man. But anyway, I went to McDonald's with Selena's on the lunch break. You know what I'm saying? And when I ordered the food, I was putting the food in the car. You know what I'm saying? And I gave her drink, my drink. You know what I'm saying? And while I was getting the rest of the stuff, she took the straws out and put a straw in my cup and then put a straw in her cup because I was driving. I couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
That's symbolic, people.
That is. Every time I say this to people, it goes right over their head.
Yeah, they don't get it.
They go right over their head.
Because you're supposed to be doing something monumental to impress a woman, or something supposed to be mine. Because people expect something drastic to happen to impress. Something as little as that, y'all don't understand what that means.
Right.
You know, you pay attention enough. You caring.
Right.
You caring. It's the same thing when you're in a relationship. You've paid attention enough to where you don't have to go ask nobody what to get your spouse or your girlfriend or whatever for Christmas. You're paying attention.
Right.
You know, it ain't nothing got to be monumental. You know, if I go ask for a burger and you come back and I'm like, you put oh, she remembered. Ain't no pickles on it. That
big time, right?
That stuff go a long way. They go a long way. Go a long way.
For those who didn't put it together yet, thinking outside of yourself for somebody else's needs is called being empathetic.
Mm-hmm.
It's called being selfless. Now, when people ask me, when we do these panels or whatever, they ask me what kind of woman I'm looking for, I'll be like, simple, somebody who is cute, humble, and empathetic. When I was on Married at First Sight, the TV show, I got to talk to Dr. Pepper. And I said, what is it when you think from another person's shoes? She was like, that's empathy. You know what I'm saying? She's a psychologist or whatever for relationships. I don't know. Google Married at First Sight. All right. I was on the first episode of Chicago, season 5. But anyway, empathy is gigantic. Okay. If somebody is proactive, like I'll give you another example. I get on the elevator in my building with bags of groceries in my hands. I can't hit the elevator button easily.
Mm-hmm.
So the Asian girl says, which floor? Because she thought that, hey, this guy's having a hard time. You need some help.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I get in there with other people and I'm just like, I hit 5 buttons trying to hit my button. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a man. I'm supposed to be able to do that myself.
They're on their phone on Facebook or Twitter or Snapchat.
I don't care if they stand there ain't doing nothing. This is why I slam doors.
This type of woman.
When I walk through a door, I close it quick. If I see a woman, a black woman coming, especially black woman, I close it quick.
Right. When you have empathy, okay, I don't have to tell you 12 o'clock, I'm hungry. You know, around 12 o'clock, I'm hungry. He probably hungry. Let me get something started. You know what I'm saying? Or vice versa. But you'll be surprised how many selfish and very, very arrogant women who don't care about you. One test back in the day, which was on, what was that? The Bronx? What was that?
The car door.
Right. You jump in the car and you let her in the car. You open the door, let her in the car, and then she reaches over because you have to get in the car.
Yeah, this back then before power locks, y'all.
Right, before power locks. And then she would unlock it for you because she knows you need to get in the car.
Right.
Now, today, even, fail.
Yeah.
Fail. Hey. Nobody is thinking outside of themselves. The moment I find somebody that's cute that thinks outside of themselves, I'm going, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Fellas, how often?
And it's a testament. Hold on.
Go ahead.
And it's a testament to the quality of women nowadays that is incredibly hard to find. When I was talking to Dr. Pepper,
chivalry is dead.
Yeah. When I was talking to Dr. Pepper, she was like, that's empathy and it's very rare. And I was like, damn. I know it. Like, man, you getting up. Man, we both drink coffee. I'm gonna fix coffee. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of people ain't got that.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. Go ahead.
I mean, fellas, how often have you been walking into an establishment, whether it's a mall, store, wherever, and the female is a few feet ahead of you? She walks through the door before you, doesn't even look back
every
to
day,
see if somebody's behind her.
And she know you there.
Slam right in your face. Bam, happens all the time. That's
unless you say something, you the crazy person. You know what I'm saying?
Easily. So
I've held the door And I would think that the nice thing would do is you can at least throw your arm back. So I held the door for you. You can throw your arm back and try to hold a little bit so I can get through it. I don't, you know.
High grade people understand it's natural to them, just like it's natural to us.
And
low grade people, they don't have enough brain power to think outside themselves. I'm just a theory. I'm sorry, but I'm just guessing why people don't do this.
Men do it
all barbarian, like you don't
all the time. I don't care where I'm at or what's going on. If I drop something and there's men there, everybody trying to pick it all the dudes trying to pick it up, or whether it's to hold the door, thank you, dog, or whatever. How you doing? Men just I don't understand how women, y'all can just sit up here and label men this evil thing. You ain't seen dudes interact with other dudes. Thank you, or just dudes say hi just in passing all the time, or how you doing, brother, or what's going on, you know.
But again, I mean,
somebody going out of their way just to say hello or help you with the door, or, you know.
Go ahead, Legend. You got more?
Yeah, man. Just going down the list right now. A good woman, what I've found, she likes to cook. Okay, something that was tradition is pretty much slavery now, according to feminism. Yeah. I look at my mother, my foremothers, and everything. It was a crime if you didn't eat yet.
Right.
I mean, he'll get on and be like, "Did you eat yet?" And the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Remember that? Mm-hmm. Because we're not that great of cookers. I mean, the way men are, we got to stop the stomach from growling. Right. Okay. And if we could do it with some good food, then that's good. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But that got to be done. You know, women are a little bit more intimate with food. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Having a filthy having a very dirty house is not a good trait.
ABS breaks.
Now, I'll tell you, I've been shamed by a couple of women who came on my house because my house was tidy and cleaned up. And they was just like kind of insinuating that I was gay or something because I have a clean house. Like I was supposed to be a slob. I remember when there's a time when the men were the slobs and the women were the people who come in. Mm-hmm. Okay. They love to be a mother. They love to be a wife. They're the good women that I've known. It seems like they are playing a sport, and every time they do something to make their man laugh or smile, they scored. Mm-hmm. And scoring is basically going back and forth between the man and the woman. I'm trying to make her happy. She's trying to make me happy. Oh, look what I found on the way home from work. The little, I don't know, whatever you was looking for. I saw this. So guess what? I got tickets for this weekend. That is a dope relationship going right there. Mm-hmm. They're very supportive. No matter if they agree with what you're doing or not, any team, you need support. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm really trying to get this Iraqi golf course, miniature golf going. And it's a terrible idea, but my woman is going to support me in that. Mm-hmm. And if we fail, we're going to fail together. You know what I'm saying? Right. Proactive in doing anything that will support the mutual dream that we have. This is something that I seen from my parents. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They tried to get Philly cheesesteaks out in Chicago. They failed at it, but I saw them working together at it. It inspired me. You know what I'm saying? So, and here's one, God-fearing. Okay, I don't care what your religion is. Fearing that you'll pay for doing something bad is a very big part of being a good person. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you don't care about dogging somebody out, if you don't care about cheating on them, if you don't care about doing anything, then you can't claim that you're a good person. Okay. And then that's pretty. Can you guys think of any? Empathy is my biggest thing.
Submissiveness is key.
Yeah. And we talked about that before. Being submissive is not an act. Right. It's something that is raised in women.
Yeah, fellas,
can't turn it on and off.
Another red flag, fellas. If she says, "I know how to be submissive,"
get out.
Yeah, no.
Get out. That means she's not submissive. Submissive women do not say that. No, she is not submissive. Natural. Get out of there if she says that.
It's natural because they saw their mother being submissive to their father. They know that men are stronger or whatever. These type of people that make things happen, and to be disrespectful or be argumentative or just stubborn and ignorant
Let me
towards them.
tell you like this.
And don't think it's some type of man leading the dog type of submissive type of crap like that. And in a marriage, there's some submissiveness going on, because if you come into a clean house and your wife and you see you getting ready to do something, you're gonna be submissive to what, because she keeping his house clean for you, and you're gonna try to abide by what she say. Yeah. So don't think it's some slave driving, like women like to make it out to be.
And playing. No, if you see in your position, you like, if you're gonna be a guard, you want to be the Michael Jordan of guards, or the LeBron James if you want to be a power forward. No, I'm just playing. Right. I'm just gang banging right now.
It's important for her to submit, is because that's really how the man protects her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And she's allowing him to do that in her submission.
Do you remember? My bad, dude. Do you remember that first BmvTV episode where I was asking the young lady, because she was go ahead, check that BlackMenVent.com and TV. We have a bunch of times where we went out on the street and started asking people stuff. But I asked the young lady, like, her man didn't want her to go up to this particular spot. And I asked her, somebody got killed up here recently or before. Is it that he's trying to protect you, or is he trying to be controlling? And she looked around and thought and was like, he trying to be controlling. Okay. I don't know if females or women that don't grow up in a family, they don't understand that if you go down, we go down. This boat can't work without everybody, all hands on deck. So we can't afford to set you up or control you or do anything like that. But somebody a female coming from a family oriented space would look and say, okay, this is protection.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, fellas, I'm gonna make it real simple for you. If you're dealing with a woman who is very argumentative with you, then it comes down to one or two things. One, she thinks you're stupid. She doesn't think you are smart.
Yeah,
or you're intelligent. Lead. Or two, she just doesn't care about you. She has her own agenda, and she didn't choose you based on who you are organically, right? And the reason why I say that is because if a woman chooses you because you're smart and you're intelligent, she's not going to argue with what you say,
right?
Because she understands that you're a smart guy. Or two, again, if she just has her own agenda, then she doesn't care about what you're stating or how smart you are. That's not her objective. It's to fulfill her own agenda, and you're just a tool, again, for her to utilize in order to achieve that. And that's where the arguments and all that stuff comes into play.
One thing I did see growing up is when my parents argued, and we don't have all the answers, okay, as men, and being as though the wife is the counterpart or whatever to man, she may have an opinion on it that may be valuable.
Right.
But where that stops at is that the man's word is the last word.
Right.
I'm the type of person, I don't want to make a mistake and scuttle the family on some stupid stuff. I don't want to know Clark Griswold trying to put the decorations up type stuff. I want to listen to everybody. That's how I do real life. I get all the information I can, and I make a decision. Okay.
But you see how she supported him no matter what?
Exactly.
Right. She let him, like, I'm gonna let him fail at this. And then sometimes she was just like, Clark, no. But other than that, she just like,
and you know what? He can respect that, because obviously that's why he's with her, because he understands that she has something valuable to offer as well. That goes without saying.
We're talking about Clark
National Lampoon Vacation.
Right.
I know a bunch of y'all don't know about
they're talking about rebooting that. It can't be
the
same.
Mess it up, man.
Yeah, Chevy Chase, man. Get out of here, man. But being argumentative. One last thing that I wanted to get is you want somebody who is family oriented and not career oriented.
That's gonna be super hard to find.
There's what I've noticed nowadays,
especially not to cut you off, but real quick, when you just said that in Big Country, you piggyback said it's gonna be super hard to find. For some reason, Marvel Avengers Infinity War popped in my head when Thanos snapped. Everybody started disappearing. I'm like, they got all the options.
They got all the options right there, man.
I'm like, Infinity Stones, man. Everybody just vanished.
I understand, man. A lot of parents nowadays, and I even seen, like a lot of fathers, man. They don't want their daughter to be taken advantage of. They don't. I guess they don't want them to be picked up by a pimp or something like that, like vilifying men. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they understand the evils that are out here. Women don't. You could tell a woman it's a full-fledged fire. You try and control me. I'm like, but it's it's blazing. I know because I was there. You just trying to control me, and I'm going anyway. And then go down there and get burned, come crying to you for the sympathy. And then I'm not that person that if I told you something not to do, or for you to make a decision, and you still went and made the wrong decision, I'm not that dude that's gonna be cuddle. I'm not about to do it. I've never been that dude. I'm not gonna do that because if I tell you something pretty vehicular, use that to help you make a better decision.
Stupidity is a turnoff.
Yeah, it is amazing. These women do not understand when your man is talking to you. He's trying to help you. He's trying to get you out of your own way.
If you are trash at picking the men that are supposed to be leading you, then I can understand their distrust. But that's not. We can't do anything about that. I could be the greatest man in the world. If you don't choose me, you're not going to get guidance.
Well, they treat men all the same anyway.
Yeah. But they don't understand the value between me and Rudy Poop James and Tyrone. And, until they get that right, because, that's why I call vetting or screening your men. But when you don't do that, you don't care what you get. Like you buy fish from the market or anything, apples, you want to look at it and see, is this a good apple to eat? No, it's got, and then you do it. But they don't do that. They be like, you a good apple? Okay, cool. Let's go. All you got to do is tell them that you're a good apple and that lets you in.
Which brings me to another red flag real quick, Legend. If you're dealing with a woman and you just started talking to her and she's telling you what she does and doesn't do on the first date, get out of there. It's premeditated. Basically, what she's doing is handing you a movie script.
Yep, you're on
and saying, "Hey, just play this scene." She already has a premeditated idea as far as how she's going to treat you, and that is super duper phony.
And all the guys before you,
how can somebody tell you what they're going to do or not going to do, or how they're going to feel or not going to feel before they even get in the situation?
Right. Yeah. And all the guys before you been through that same program and it never worked. So guess what? She's stuck. But as far as saying, family oriented and career oriented, you can't be dope at both of them at the same time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There are times when you're going to have to work late and your family is going to have to eat pizza, and there's times when
shouldn't have to be like that.
You're right. It shouldn't have to be like that. And people always tell me, you want your wife to work home, or a lot of guys nowadays are like, man, I want my woman to make a lot of money, but they don't understand what they're saying. They can't think far enough into family or no family themselves to know that we all have our position to play in the family, and anything on the outside can compromise that. My role is a protector and a provider. Okay, so it's very, very important for me to have a way to protect and provide my family. You know what I'm saying? If her job is to nurture and support her, and she's at work and she can't nurture and support,
what's the benefit?
Yeah, what's the benefit of that?
I ask women that all the time. I'm like, what is your benefit for you being at work all the time? Because
we could buy more shoes.
Right.
That's the benefit.
Because back in the day, there was no such thing as daycare. Was your family helping you out, and that was the thing. Family, villages raised families, all that stuff came into play because you didn't want the pedophile that you didn't know was a pedophile that has a daycare.
Yeah,
we're looking after your children all day.
Or regular daycares nowadays will be telling your kids something that you don't want them
to know or see.
Or other kids in there are going through stuff at their home.
Right. And they bring that and poison your child.
You don't want anyone else influencing your children.
That's why it was super important, and it still is important in the household. There should be one primary breadwinner, the other one. That's not to say you can't have no job or nothing, but
it shouldn't be your main focus.
It shouldn't be your main focus when you have children.
I understand that, a lot of parents don't want their daughters to be taken advantage of or depend on no man because they care for them. Okay, but that is the poison that they feed into these generations of women coming up, because they're like, you notice when they come to you like, I got my degree, like it's it's the infinity stones. It's
Yeah.
like,
Right,
you know
right.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I don't care about where you work at or your degree. Are you going to be a great mom? Are you going to be a great wife?
Right.
Can I depend on you? Are you going to be proactive and empathetic to your family's
And
needs?
fellas, again, just to kind of enlighten you, to go back to the providing or the provision.
That's not financial.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly where I was going to go, big
'Cause
country.
that's where they love to go.
Women love to try to define what that means, fellas.
Yeah.
No, you provide your wisdom. And that's when you protect the woman, it's not fighting a killer
Right.
all the time. That's very extreme, but you protect the woman again by your provision, by the wisdom you instill onto her,
Mhm.
You
by your
provide
decision making.
a guidance.
Mhm.
You provide a safe haven for your family to grow up. You provide a map, a plan
Exactly.
for your family to go into prosperity.
Right. Because
It
by the female's definition,
is money.
right, which means that a man who's rich is a better provider than a man who's broke. No,
No.
totally,
Mhm.
I
totally.
mean, how do we do it for you? Everybody is not rich. They still didn't get that.
I keep.
Right.
I just.
How do other families?
I just got into this argument with somebody. Are you still working at 9 to 5? I'm like, if everybody didn't work, if everybody was an entrepreneur,
Slash hustler.
who slash hustle, yeah, who is gonna buy the product? Who is gonna make the product?
Right.
It's unrealistic.
Who's
man.
gonna do that? It's super unrealistic. If everybody was supposed to be rich, and everybody's definition of that today, there would not be the 1% of that being. The 1% would be at least half.
Yeah, you stupid. Like,
But-
that's people who are money oriented. Period. Who wear the Badasucci Beninichi.
Mhm.
Who are looking at you and look like I'll never forget when Rick said that on Walking Dead, man. He was on that couch when they first got to Alexandria,
Mhm.
and they had him on camera, and he was like, people will measure your worth by what you have. And I was like, there's so many times I've been partying and then they figured out what I had, and all of a sudden my worth went up like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta watch out for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, these are good red flags that we went through today.
Yeah.
If you adhere to them, man, what you're gonna notice is that your pool of women or selection that you think you have, is gonna dwindle down to only the real ones who are dope that you do have. We got a call right now. Go ahead.
Hey, caller, what's your name? Where you from?
Yeah, this South Florida. He was from Georgia, man.
What's
Yo,
up, bro?
what up, dog?
Ooh, you down there in the den?
Yeah,
I call
Yeah,
it the
man.
den down there, man. Y'all, I hope you making it.
oh yeah, we doing it, man. We just trying to drive from all that rain we had last week,
Okay.
2 weeks.
What's going on with you, bro? What's up?
Yeah, I had a question. It was something that y'all said earlier in the show, and I still don't understand why does everything got, when it comes to like I guess dating or being in a relationship, why everything has to be like some type of fighting and scratching, some type of boxing match with each other. I mean, it shouldn't have to feel like, when you're in a relationship, it shouldn't have to feel like you in boot camp. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Right.
like you're getting cussed out by the drill sergeant from Full Metal Jacket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, if you see nowadays, that is what is all these housewives or somebody. That's all you
Mhm.
see is a bunch of women that's supposed to be grown and sophisticated or whatever, fighting, ain't got no panties on, and all the boobies popping out and all that stuff. So women measure your worth, I guess, by how many blows you can take. So whether it's her giving them to you or somebody else, oh, he really cared about me. He sat up here and argued with me. Now come, let's have sex after that. I just finished arguing about that. I'm not about to have sex after argument. It's not.
I can. Yeah.
I'm not about to do that. We were just arguing,
I think it's a combination of things, man. I think it's number one, feminism, which tells women that they know better than us. So whenever we try to do something and we get that conflict, like a lot of memes are going around nowadays that say, "Don't be that conflict when we get home." A couple of other things is if you don't grow up seeing how your mom respected your father, and you don't put in somebody who is worthy to lead your family, then you're gonna have a lot of disagreements with that. Also, I don't remember the last time where I dated somebody and they didn't think I was already cheating on them already. You know what I'm saying? Like,
before the commitment came in.
Yeah, they know how women are. Women know women, and then they think they know men. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They don't know good men as much as they think they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, to good men, sex is not really at the top of the importance, but with bad men it is. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of and a lot of females, when they don't grow up with a father figure, they're forever searching for that unconditional love that they're supposed to get from their father. They search. That's why they have daddy issues, where they're always looking for this attention from men. And a lot of women feel like if you're not mad at them, if you're not if some type of emotion is not coming out of you,
right,
you don't care for them. You know what I'm saying? Which is not how it goes. Like, your dad talked to females who came up in the family and they know that their father loved them because their father gave them gifts or hugged them or took them and did all types of stuff. Same stuff we do, but they don't feel like they are loved unless some type of turmoil. Some people don't feel alive unless some type of drama is going on.
And real quick, man, just to kind of add on that as well, very valid points from Big Country and Legend. A lot of females are fighting the wrong fight. You know what I mean? A lot of them are trying to prove a point to themselves that they are rather, strong, which is not the definition of it, but they believe that strength is defined by how rebellious or loud or argumentative they can be to you, or they just, want to say, hey, I have an opinion, where it's not even needed. You know what I mean? And they don't realize that you're pointing at the moon, but they're looking at your finger instead of what you're pointing at. So, I mean, so many, many different variables, but regardless, a woman should never argue with a man. A man should never argue with a woman. You are the head. She should respect that.
Southpaw, not to argue with no bear, don't you?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, you ain't never been in a relationship with no bear. I mean, neither have I, but I know not to argue with no damn bear.
Yeah, the bear's gonna win.
And for whatever reason, the psychological issue that women have, they just pull it. Like, they can, if it came down to it, they just feel feminism just mess them up, that they can just beat a man. And then
bottom line, it's a respect factor.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got to wrap this up too. Thanks for that question, though, Southpaw. You know what I'm saying? And hold it down, brother. Thanks. And personally, me, if it seems like that, if they want that, then I get up out of there, dude.
Yeah, I'm not about to.
Life is so fun, man. Why are you doing all this negative stuff?
For real, man.
There's so many things to do this summer, man. Go to the lake, go to Great America, go downtown. There's so many museums, so many fun stuff to do. There's a festival going on every day. Why are you so concerned about looking through somebody's phone? Like, that just shows the level of quality of person you are. That's where you get your entertainment from, drama. Oh my God, man, you hop on a plane. I'm thinking about going to Oregon, man, just cause. You know what I'm saying? That seemed like that'd be fun. Like, what, you trying to creep up on somebody and catch them cheating? That's your idea of fun? Get out of here, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, man, we got to get out of here. Anyway, make sure that you hit up BlackMenVent.com. Okay, BlackMenVentTV on YouTube. Also, make sure you like us at BlackMenVentTV on Facebook. Follow the Twitter. We do, live tweets, periodically throughout the week, and that's at BlackMenVent. Make sure you check out Intellectual Radio and get your brain fed some more. There's super duper shows going on all the time. For Father's Day, I've been invited to One Drop Elopes to speak about another show, One Drop Elopes. Yeah, to speak about some stuff. So make sure y'all tune in for that. You dig? And that's about it, man. We'll be back here next Thursday. You dig? To drop some more stuff on you.
Nice.
Make sure that you go ahead and contact. You can donate to us on Patreon, man, so we can keep this going. All right, more content, more power. All right, and we'll holler at y'all next week. Peace.
Take care of yourself.
Better.